Welcome everybody to another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most, Juan the Red.
Let's go.
And welcome to another episode. I'm glad to be back. And of course, I'm joined here by the BMF champion of the world, REG.
Hell yeah.
And this Justin is not here this week. He is, let's see. Where is he? What's a good one?
I heard
Okay.
that he just stumbled across a magical ring.
Okay.
And this ring was like a green color. So I guess it gave him some powers or something.
You know, I did see him wearing a different fit the other day, and it looked a little like he was like radioactive. And it had this weird aura that was green.
You noticed that shit?
Yeah. He thought I couldn't tell that it was him. He just had the eye mask only, but I was like, that's Justin over here.
Justin, what's
Here
good with
playing
you,
and
bro?
stuff. Anyway, so then he made this weird green glowing train and drove off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, that's Justin for you.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Justin, yo.
Yeah.
Good luck to wherever he's at right now.
Facts.
Fight the good fight. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another episode. This week we got a lot of stuff to go over. I feel like
Yeah, man.
we had a weird moment where, I mean, we had the pay-per-view just up recently, but then after that, we just had like a couple of fight nights, and then now we're in this weird middle ground where it is just kind of fight nights, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, honestly, they're pretty good.
It's
I feel
solid.
like a little top-heavy, but like I always say, don't sleep on the prelims. I feel like when you tune into some of these fight nights, you see some crazy stuff that you wouldn't
Might
expect.
see someone get knocked out at 3 a.m.
Yeah. I feel like that's gonna turn into like our first like merch shirt is gonna be "Don't sleep on the prelims." I feel like that's a good because if you think about it, and this is gonna be getting real deep. If you think about it, it is a philosophical like saying. It's the same thing as like don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Like don't sleep on the prelims because you don't know what you're missing if you don't show up early. You know
That has to be a
I feel like
shit.
that's deep. You know? I'm gonna make it into a shirt. I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah.
Mama's gonna be proud. But yeah, we had a lot of good moments up recently. So I'm going to dive into 319. I feel like that's a good starting point just to get right into it. I know there's probably a bunch of videos of other MMA experts already going over this stuff, but now you got us uneducated.
It's different.
So yeah, it's way different now.
Way different.
So biggest upset, not really. I think everybody in the grandmother knew it. You called it. Khamzat Chimaev is the new champion.
Yeah.
That boy, ragdoll DDP, bro.
I don't know. There was something about. I feel like he taps into that savagery that like it's hard to tap into.
I think the moment he does that like squat at the very beginning before the fight starts and he just looks up like right above the brow, you're like, yikes, man. That's when he turns it on.
And he has like that kind of like slow, like DDP has that smirk,
Yeah.
but like not like the unconfident smirk of like this is gonna be kind of tough.
He was looking at him like, let's see.
All right, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, man. I feel like you can't have that let's see right when you're like in there. When you get in there, you got to lock in, you got to focus. But for sure, he was didn't seem like it when they did the zoom outs of everybody, and then they also had like afterwards on Twitter they put the comparisons. DDP looked like physically unprepared. Like he looked like he was like, I don't know if I'm ready to experience what's about to happen, and I don't think he was at all.
I don't think he was because like I think this is just another animal. You know what I'm saying? I think this is just like Khamzat. you gotta say it right.
Yeah, you're right.
Chimaev. I feel like he's not Dagestani, but he's another motherfucker.
He's one of those, man.
Yeah, he's cut from that cloth.
That
like,
side, that cloth that you're talking about,
wrestling
it's different, bro.
Since a baby.
Yeah.
You know, like it was different. Like he really like dominated this fight.
It's that unrelenting force, bro. With the fact that he just keeps coming at you is insane.
That's what it is about.
And this one, it was a little different in the sense of like, it was when the takedown was coming, you know, not if the takedown was coming. So it was just kind of like, how do you prepare for that? But for him, it was the fact that he was able to control him the entire time. Like he just, I mean, a lot of people will say it's boring. I'm gonna be honest with you on my end. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a like huge fan of that. I appreciate it for what it is. I understand that it's very skillful for you to be able to do something like that, to control another grown-ass man for that long, especially somebody that has the known strength of DDP. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was like, this is crazy. No. I was like, all right, where are the elbows? Let's see some, like get some space and start dropping them, But nothing really happened. There was no big submission threat. There was
crucifix.
It was crucifix and these light taps, which unfortunately, like, that's just enough to kind of keep the round going and not have the ref stop it.
What I did see is at the end of the fight, the amount of significant strikes he had
It was insane.
And I'm thinking, like, when did these happen? Yo, bro, are y'all fixing these numbers? Cause
even though it's like a light tap to the face, it's an unanswered shot. So I guess you can consider it a significant strike.
The round strikes count?
Yeah. Jeez. When he had him in the crucifix and he's just love tapping him like that, those are considered significant strikes. Next time you play UFC 5, you do the same thing. You'll see the same numbers, bro.
I wasn't using the crucifix up until that fight.
No, bro.
Now I use it every fight.
It's the best, bro. So actually,
I just elbowed the shit out of niggas.
after that fight, I was like, I'm doing it. Immediately, wrestler, bald, chin strap only, no mustache.
Dominican.
Yeah. Again, no DR in UFC 5.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Waldo's here.
I don't know about other sports games. I'm assuming anything associated with the MLB has the DR involved.
100%.
But I don't know if the NBA create a player. They got the Dominican Republic.
You can choose to be Dominican.
There you go. All right, there we go. All right, we'll take it. But yeah, UFC, even though we got Waldo, we'll get into Waldo. Even though we got no Waldo, like, he's not even in the game yet. We got to put that in there.
Put him in the game. If he's a top 10, put him in the freaking game. What kind of shit is that?
Exactly my point. But yeah, I made that immediately, and that's been the go-to. That's bread and butter right there. You go single leg into half guard, and then from there you just work your way to side control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that crucifix
going, elbows until you cut them.
Yeah. And then you gotta leave it a little bit, because then you gotta defend the escapes, and you just keep going from there.
Yeah.
Add me on PlayStation, and we'll put it in the thing.
Yeah, we'll put it on the
But yeah, I think that was. I guess you can consider them significant strikes, but I agree with you. It doesn't feel like they're significant. It doesn't feel like you were seeing somebody get like obliterated. DDP, I mean, he looked a little banged up after the fight, but I would say he could probably get back in there in a couple of months if he really wanted to. Yeah. It was I would argue demoralizing defeat. I would go into the back.
Jesus Christ, was this a freaking? I would if he was like. I don't even want to say.
I'd be so depressed. I would be down, like, horrendous. I
just had to grow. I don't even want to say.
Yeah. I mean, we're at like 7 minutes into this episode or something.
He's just like treated like a child. Imagine that feeling.
Yeah, he was dog walked, bro. He was absolutely handled. There was nothing about that.
Like, I'm the UFC champion. I just got treated like a child.
I think people were saying. I think it was round 5 that people were saying they were like, RDP was kind of getting back into the game. But I don't know, man. I think
try to stand with him a little.
You can give him another 3 rounds. I think it would have ended up the same way. I think the judges' scorecard would have remained the same. Even though, like, the thing with that I was saying before when we were doing the pre-fight breakdown was like, Chimaev in history fighting against Kamaru, fighting against Gilbert, when it goes into the later rounds, he struggles a little bit. We've seen that. At the same time, medical history, weight cut issues, different weight class also.
Yeah,
so like, I don't know, man. I don't really know what's going on there with his body physically, but he seemed that he held in there pretty well.
How are you this much of a savage, but your immunity's that bad?
You know, you gotta have everything, bro. What's his name? Achilles.
Yeah.
The Achilles tendon. That was the whole thing. He was invulnerable everywhere, but then you get him in the Achilles, he's gone. You watched the movie Troy.
I think so.
There you go. Yeah. Great movie. Watch Troy. I think that was like a childhood, like, on DVD, rinse and repeat.
That was one of the. That was
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Yeah. Good movie. Anyway, yeah, I don't know who's gonna be next for Khamzat. I think we have this weird, like, fatal 4-way going on right now in the middleweight division. Everyone's trying to get to him.
I am happy. Like, Khamzat. He's not my favorite fighter.
Yep.
But I am happy that DDP is not the champion no more.
What do you mean, dude? You didn't want the King of Africa reigning anymore? Is that what you're saying right now? I feel like with him, it was
what's it called?
He wasn't. He just. I don't think that he was a. How to word it? He was on paper. I think he was like a cool champion. But for me, like, I think it was a part of it was I didn't like the style. I agree with you. I also didn't like the fact that it was like a lot of my favorites. He kind of shit talked, and I feel like that kind of made me be like, I don't really like this dude. He doesn't really fight that impressively to me. Yeah. He manages to win.
Like, how do you? whatever, bro.
Bro, like the jokes, DDP winning by falling piano and stuff like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it wasn't anything that I'm like, stylistically, I'm a big fan of. You're able to win, and like the shit talking is pretty good, but you're saying it against people I like. So now I feel like, I don't really like this dude. But for Khamzat next, Imavov is upcoming. Sean Strickland's not allowed to fight in the UFC for like 6 months or something like that. Renata Ritter, RDR, he's up there.
Yeah, right.
I don't think Izzy's getting a crack for it for a little bit. I think Izzy's gonna have to fight down.
Izzy was like rumored to fight. Who did I see?
I've been seeing a lot of things with him. I saw MVP the other day. I saw that one was a rumor. But other than that, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of people in the top 15 that I can see him fight. I mean, you could put him against like a Brendan Allen at rank number 9 because Izzy's ranked number 5 right now. But I think you got Bohalio versus Imavov. That's coming up next. And then you got RDR. You could probably put him. I don't know if he has a fight upcoming, but you could probably put him up against Anthony Hernandez, who's also in the mix right now. Fluffy Hernandez, watch out for that, dude.
That's a sleeper,
bro. You know what I'm talking about? Ragdolling people. Him a couple weeks ago against Roman Dolidze.
Yeah, that was impressive too.
That was upsetting to watch.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of I'm a Roman Dolidze fan, but in the sense of like, bro, you're a grown ass man. Like, listen, I totally understand that there's skill gap issues in the UFC. Even on like the feet, sometimes you can tell that like, oh, clearly this guy has better like kickboxing or striking than the other guy does.
Yeah.
But when it came to that fight, I would say it wasn't even like a technique thing. He was straight up ragdolling and bullying him. Like he was straight up like the end of, like when he choked him out, it wasn't like your standard rear naked choke. Nah, he put him in like a headlock and just walked him backwards and just choked him out for a little bit, which I thought was insane. So I don't understand how you managed to do that, but shout out to him. But I think Anthony Hernandez is definitely a sleeper, definitely a dark horse. So maybe you throw him in the mix.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Off the names I just listed, I don't know who has a chance.
Is that the same division as Bilal?
No, that'd be 170. Yeah, so
that's
one up, yeah. I think a lot of these guys are going to face a lot of difficulty when it comes to Khamzat. I don't know who can necessarily finesse him. I think that he has good enough striking that he can kind of fight a lot of these guys. I got you right now. Ready? DDP, Nasruddin Imavov, Sean Strickland, Renata Ritter, Israel Adesanya, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, Kyle Bohalio, Robert Whitaker, Brendan Allen, Michael Venom Page, or MVP, Jared Cannonier, Roman Dolidze, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, and Roman Kopylov. That's your top 15.
Usman's not there?
Nah, he fought at middleweight, like, because it was like a short notice fight, and people were wondering if he was gonna then move up, but then he ended up like staying down at 170. I think 170 is like that's his fight weight. I think he walks around a little heavier, and he can fight at 185. But I do think a lot of the 185ers are a lot bigger than he is in terms of like physical height and reach. I think that's it's a big difference when it comes to these guys.
Khamzat went up.
Khamzat went up. That's the thing with Khamzat. He was back and forth between 170 and 185, which would have been then Bilal's division. But in this situation, he seems like healthier, and at least the endurance is there at 185. So I think he should probably stay. Even though he was talking about moving around. He was talking about going down and then going back and up. He was talking about triple champ.
Should, because like this division ain't shit. I don't know. I don't really like it.
You know what it is? It's a weird mix right now of a lot of the old school guard getting kicked out, and we're just waiting for them all to get flushed out.
That's the best way to describe it.
And then you're also learning some of the new guys. Like you already know Kyle Bohalio because he's one of the fighting nerds, so you know him. We saw Renata Ritter fight the other day. He's the dude that dropped a knee into Bo Nickel. And you're like, bro, Bo Nickel's washed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you know a lot of these guys, but I think it is a thing of like, it's still new. You're still seeing them. Not main event, but they're like maybe the third or fourth fight into the main card or something like that. So you're seeing them kind of there, but you haven't really seen them in big name yet. So they'll get there. But I think that this division's gonna maybe have Khamzat be champ as long as he can be, and then from there maybe they change. But I don't know of anybody soon.
Every division becomes Russian.
I don't know about necessarily Russian.
Georgian.
I'm gonna say. Almost all I can totally see because of some of the names that are in the divisions, like top 5. I think the ones that stop it are heavyweight and What is it?
You don't count.
Heavyweight. I think heavyweight and the lighter weights. Bantam and featherweight. I think that those ones don't have a lot of. Like you have the Pantojas and you have Volkanovski.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. And in that top 5, I don't know of anybody that can really. That's that heavy wrestler, Eastern European.
Umar goes down.
Maybe, but even then, I don't. Because I'm saying like. There's a lot of mobility right now. There's a lot of people that are going up and down a weight right now. I think a lot of people are either missing weight or they're just feeling like it's getting stale where they're at. So there is a lot of movement, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just talking like caliber of champion looking around. I think that I see those two sticking around for a while. And at least to my knowledge, there's nobody that really like stands out that I'm like, when Volk loses that title again, it's going to be passed around like a hot potato.
Yeah.
Pantoja, when he decides to retire, because I don't think anyone is taking that.
I don't think anybody's
when Pantoja decides to retire or relinquish the belt to then move up, because that seems to be the vibe now. It seems like you can't be no double champ anymore. You got to give one up to go. I think same thing. I think that belt is going to be passed around like a hot potato. Same thing with heavyweight. I think the guys who are there right now are really good. I think the Tom Aspinalls, the Volkanovski, the Pantojas are really good. And there's not that many of these like heavy wrestling dominant forces yet.
Yeah.
But they're getting there. They're getting there. Because you see them creeping when you're watching that's why I tell people, again, watch the prelims.
Watch the prelims. You got this Russian coming up the ranks.
That's what I'm saying. You'll see some unranked dude and they list off his record and he's 13-0 in some other division and you see him going up against whatever person he's fighting and he kills them.
Yeah.
And it takes 2 to 3 lambs to the slaughter before somebody then figures out we should probably get this guy on the main card so other people see him. And then people know that he's a threat to whoever's the current champion is right now. Because like Khamzat, I'd say the more casual fan didn't know who he was when he first showed up on the scene because he was another
bogeyman guy from the meme.
He just pulled up. That he was not former champ from the. No, he just pulled up to my recollection. Khamzat was just pulled up, and I remember his first couple fights of just being like, "Oh, they didn't even last 2 minutes."
Oh yeah.
Like he just sprinted at that guy, grabbed him, and choked him. I forget the guy's name, and it hurts every time because I'm like, I want to give him the respect because he's a good fighter, but this was just a bad moment for him. There's one dude. He fought him. He basically, the fight starts, goes, immediately grabs him, picks him up, walks him over to Dana White, not his own corner, to Dana White specifically, drops him, rear naked choke. The guy didn't throw a punch.
I love it.
Because I remember looking at the stats afterwards and being shocked that it was just all controlled. It was one takedown, all control time, not a single strike on the other side.
Crazy.
Like nothing there was 0 across the board. I had never seen something like that. I've seen people get flatlined, and even then there's still 2 or 3 strikes thrown.
Right, at least.
This was bad.
That's how he starts every fight. He's just
he just goes full force. Yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. I think with that, I think everyone's gonna have the same fear of can I make it out of round 1 and round 2. And then now that we're seeing that he's at least able to maintain, depending on the type of fight that he's having in round 3 or 4 or 5, if he's able to get that gas tank to stabilize or at least be very well off into the later rounds, there ain't nobody getting him.
Yeah.
If you're able to keep the gas tank, because that's the thing that we only worried about. Everything else, I don't think anybody had it wasn't like, oh, wrestle heavy, we'll watch his hands are trash. No, because we saw that his hands are pretty good. We've seen him knock people out. Right. It was just more so if he's not able to do this, he's not able to do that.
Yeah.
If he can't keep the gas tank up, he's not going to be the champion that we think he's going to be. If he's able to, I think that'll make all the difference.
We'll see, man.
All right.
I heard he got $20 million from the.
Dude, I don't know who he be hanging out with, but that guy is that who you talking about? His homeboy over there.
Homeboy, he brought a belt back to his country.
I saw homeboy with the belt. I didn't see Khamzat holding the belt, and I thought that was very interesting.
Crazy. It's just
very
let's give this guy $20 million.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? If someone handed me $20 million, maybe
Thanks for making our country look good.
Dog, honestly, I think that should be a part of it. You should get a sponsorship of some kind from the country if it's something like this. I totally understand.
On a global scale.
I
just made our country look amazing to the world.
We did this. I remember me and you looking into this during the Olympics when we were super into the Summer Olympics. We were looking all into it. We were like, bro, you don't really even get paid. Us as Americans to compete in the Olympics, you don't get money like that or anything from the country. You get it more so in like sponsorship deals, so they get paid. Don't worry about that. It's just more so like you don't get crazy money from the government. We looked into other governments, bro. People are getting land, hundreds of thousands of U.S. dollar equivalent, whatever to their thing is, property. Like they're giving them something, education paid for. Like they get.
I love how DR treats like our athletes.
DR was good. DR was
the
good.
way we treat our athletes when we come back with a gold or something, or like a or any type of like we came back with the trophy. Al Horford came back.
Let me see. Yeah, that one. That
really like
that one was good. I think that they should do something like that. But I totally understand. Like, obviously, the U.S. isn't going to pay a U.S. based company. Like, I guess like them giving. I don't know. It's difficult to compare to other sports, but I guess like soccer would be the only one that you can compare it to, where it's like maybe you're outnumbered by other countries. In a way, like you're not the. But I don't know.
Not the majority.
Yeah, whereas like here, it's all U.S. based. There's a bunch of U.S. fighters. A lot of them training through here, so that'd be a little different. But I get it. Then we got Earl Murphy versus he beat Aaron Pico, spinning elbow KO.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the
bad. That was bad. Aaron Pico was not okay.
That was an interesting part of the fight or the night because back to back.
That was back to back.
Back to back fights. Which how many spinning elbows knockouts have we seen?
I think that we've seen maybe two that I can recollect. There was the Yuri Prohaska one.
Like this
and I don't remember another.
Not many.
No,
for us to see them 10 minutes apart
was crazy.
It's kind of nuts.
It is.
The first one happened.
I wonder if I guess it went Pratis first and then Lerone Murphy. Yeah, so I wonder if Murphy saw that one was like, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that.
I'm gonna throw that same shit.
He just influenced his whole game plan.
That'd be a good idea. But he got Aaron Pico out of there, and this is another one, man. We were talking about it. These Bellator guys.
Yeah, get these Bellator
guys up out of here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose just to prove a point. Like here, like let me show you Bellator shit.
I think it was him more just making a statement. I think that for him, title shot seems like it's next. That's what everybody keeps talking about. But a part of it is like, did you know who he was before this? I think that's the answer for most people.
Yeah.
I know of him and I've seen him fight. Lerone Murphy.
No, I knew. I
bet you knew Aaron Pico's name more than you know Lerone Murphy.
Actually, Lerone Murphy I knew more because of like he was another top boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's.
I think you have a thing for
because I was watching that show recently and it was
you gravitate towards him.
Leon Edwards reminded me of
shout out to his brother, by the way. Did you see that?
The head kick?
We want to talk about coincidences.
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna let you get back to what you were gonna say, but like we see two spinning elbow knockouts 10 minutes apart, but then we also see Leon Edwards' brother win a championship belt with the same head kick.
Same head kick that he got.
It's insane. It's insane. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's another top boy type dude. So I understand why you gravitate towards that.
England.
Well, I'm assuming everybody else and their grandmother brought up this story, but there is, I don't know how true it is. I did not do the research. Uneducated. He was shot in the face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got a friend that got.
It might be him. But apparently he got shot in the face. So like, there's more to that. Just so who knows? Maybe he really is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know how much about it, so I don't want to like speak too much on it. But like, that's a rumor that's been going around. I don't know how true the story is. I've never heard him speak about it, but like. Yeah. Who knows, man? That's traumatizing. I wouldn't want to bring that up either if I was just like, yes, I was 50 cented. Yes, correct. Yes.
Crazy. And he's still here fighting.
And honestly, I think that's a flex. I would use it. I'd feel uncomfortable talking about it, but at the same time, I'd be like, let it be known. Let them talk about it. I won't, but let them.
Yeah. But like that clip of like the lion with the huge scar on the face when he's been through hundreds of battles.
Yeah.
And he's still the king of the jungle, just like fucking scarred up. That's what it reminds me of.
I get it, but that to be fair, that's what it is. You carry the scars with you, and for him, literally, he was shot in the face, bro. That's a pretty good one. Yeah. But yeah, it seems like he's set next to go for a title shot, so he'll be fighting Volkanovski probably either sometime soon.
That's that weight class?
That's that weight class. Yeah, that weight class is stacked, bro.
Why did he look like he was like a...
Because, dude, some of those guys, as much as you're like, yeah, I fight at 145 pounds, you're like, bro, you're a 185.
He looked like Jamal Hill.
Like, yeah, you're like, bro, you're like, there's no way. It doesn't make any sense. That's why, like, it worries me when they cut weight because it, like, doesn't make any sense to me. Because then I apply it to my own life. Yeah. And I'm like, I walk around, right, like 215.
Right.
I could not imagine, like, if I was to change my whole life right now and focus on a fighting career at, like, 6'1", on, like, 170. I'd have to cut down around 170. Yeah. I don't even know if I feel like there's a couple 185ers that I feel like I like somewhat size up with in terms of physical height and structure, but I don't know, man. Because the only other person that's like around my weight that but that's a different human completely. I think Khalil Roundtree and me see eye to eye, but that's a different. Me and him are not the same guy. Like,
but that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like I would have to be like 185-ish. I know it's a crazy cut.
It's a crazy cut. It's a crazy cut. It's a crazy cut. Like,
bro, that's a disgusting cut.
You got to think about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't fathom. Because then you see the embeddeds and they're wrapped in the blankets. Like they're just like this. And I'm like, I couldn't do that.
Lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you think about it, you're like, if you were to go to the closest weight class, what would that look like? Like, so for me, it's either 10 up or 10 down. I'm either fighting at the heavyweights or I'm fighting Alex Pereira at 205.
I got to fight
No way, bro.
And the heavyweights would be like 6'3" plus. And like fucking 265.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it looks are very deceiving. Like, so I don't believe it, man. And then you find out also a lot of these guys, it's like, yeah, on Friday they weighed in at 185, but when they walked in, they were 194. Like, right. You know what I'm saying?
So I would probably like, because it's nothing to gain that back. You know what I'm saying? So I'd probably cut the weight, make weight, because I know I got the mental, like, I'm gonna make weight.
I don't know of any fighters that have like,
but I'm gonna gain 30 after.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know of many fighters that like afterwards, like a few of them definitely gained like some weight and they got like happy weight, but I don't know of anybody that like really was like, whoa. Yeah. Like
goddamn, how he 215?
All love, all due respect. The man deserves it. I think the only person, because he's consistently in the limelight that you could possibly think of, is DC. And even then, I don't really know if DC really let himself go like that. Like, he definitely won't look like he'd be, enjoying himself and eating now because he deserves every bit of it. Yeah. But I don't know if necessarily I would even say that he's somebody that, like, can't just, like, all right, it's back on. Like, I'm not saying he's cutting the weight down.
Anybody that was in that mode could.
Yeah, I think you just kind of live a healthier lifestyle for the most part.
You choose it, but you got to discipline, like, lock in.
Going back to the Khamzat fight, before the fight and everything, there's like a clip where him and Khamzat DC and Khamzat see each other and they go and they dap each other up. Yeah. Khamzat grabs DC and picks him up, and not only just picks him up, but twirls him around. Like, DC's legs are flying around
like a merry-go-round.
DC, the next clip I see of DC that comes up the next day is him hitting the gym hard. Yeah. He was like putting through the pace. He's like, I'm not letting myself do it. Like, what are you talking about?
How much you think DC weigh? You're probably like 300.
I'd say close to, if not every bit. Yeah. But to be fair,
spun him around. That's crazy, bro. This is not a heavyweight picking him up. This is not what is he, middleweight?
So then, like, how do you feel about? He's a middleweight, so he's 185, picking up somebody that's damn near 300. So you're like, damn, that's crazy. So how do you feel about a Zhang Wei Li picking up a Francis Ngannou with a single leg? Because I see that video too.
That is kind of crazy.
Francis was fighting at 265. He wasn't cutting the weight at that point. So he was a little over that.
She's like a superhero, though.
Yeah, she is.
In some way, I think she really is.
I have a poster of Zhang Wei Li. That's what I aspired to be when I grew up.
She does like certain like meditation that helps you tap into like another realm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she can really.
You seen the Marvel movie with the 10 rings?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Yeah, she has some sort of some sort of powers from there, man. I don't know, man.
She literally like could pick up.
They gave her the super.
Any weight.
Yeah, they gave her the super soldier serum. She's our Captain America, man. I'm telling you, her. When you see it's Captain America, Black Panther, and Wei Li.
Wei Li, Shang-Chi, and Wei Li is the duo. It's the duo that we all really needed.
Dude,
man.
I feel like it is crazy when you see people swing, but you also have to understand there's some technique in that. You know, he keeps swinging him around, he got the bend. It's the whole thing.
Crazy.
But I see Lerone Murphy honestly giving a lot of work to Volkanovski. So I'm intrigued to see how that matchup goes. I feel like for the most part I've seen him so far. Again, I know his name's not that big, but hopefully towards this title push, people start to push the respect, watch the clips.
Yeah.
Pretty good on the feet. Decent stand-up. I would say his takedown defense is pretty overall good. So I'm intrigued to see.
He's gonna need it.
I'm intrigued. That's what I'm saying. I'm intrigued to see how the fight goes between him and Volk. But if I had to argue, it'd probably be most of a stand-up fight. And I mean, everybody can always get clipped. So I don't know, man.
Volk is
quick, bro. Volk is still quick.
It's like, you know when someone's getting older and older, you just don't know when he's gonna fall off.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Like,
well, we thought it was when he got knocked out. That's what we thought.
True.
We were talking mad shit when he got knocked out.
We thought it was over there.
Ilya clipped him. We were like,
that's Ilya.
Yeah,
we realized, oh no, that's just Ilya.
Yeah.
It's like,
it is crazy how that's happened so many times. We were just like, yo, that's a wild moment. And then afterwards, it happens 2 or 3 more times. You're like desensitized. You're like, oh no, they just do that.
Yeah. Just be like,
yeah, Alex's left hook. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That happens. It's a touch of death. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You just accept what is.
Like, no, he don't suck. It was Alex's left hook.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I've seen him do some crazy shit, but I don't think I've ever seen Lerone Murphy throw a spinning elbow. So like, it was pretty wild to get that kind of a KO. And then again, speaking of the spinning KO, let's move on to Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal. I had Jeff Neal going in this one.
Bro.
All due respect to Carlos Prates. To me, Jeff Neal, I'm just like, all right. Clinch game, I feel like Jeff Neal's a strong guy. I feel like he's able to like kind of hold himself pretty good. Stand up, a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? I know he fights a little smart, like pretty smart. So I think he would like keep out of range of like the kicks, get in his face. You know what I'm saying? I think Carlos was a taller fighter also, so I feel like it made more sense. And in my brain, whenever I think of these, it's always like I'm simulating like me playing UFC, and I'm like, how would I go about this? Get in his face, get in the pocket, throw those short punches, get him, wear him down, clip him, he's done.
Yeah.
Not at all what happened.
Not at all.
Not at all what happened. Carlos Prates put the work in, beat the shit out of him.
And like he really impressed me. I'm a big fan of like anytime you see a Brazilian fighter weight cutting by only drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, you know this man is a fucking problem.
Bro, when I forget,
It's like-
he knocked out somebody, jumped up on the cage, and someone just tossed him a bottle of whiskey, and he caught it with one hand and just. I was like, "It's the coolest man alive."
He's so fucking cool.
He's smoking cigarettes at the post-fight press conference.
That would be me, bro.
I don't know if that's allowed,
Like,
but that's fine.
You see me smoking a blunt out the lip with a bottle right here.
You're mid answering a question, rolling it like, yeah.
We got one guy taping up my hands, getting them ready. You know what I'm saying, to glove them up.
Bro, it's Nate Diaz.
Yo, bro,
It's Nate Diaz.
and I'll get in there and kill it. Like in my whole life, I've always smoked my blunts and performed well playing basketball.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, but for him, I think it's kind of the same way. Like if it ain't broke, you know, like
Hey, man,
that's his vibe.
that Brazilian mechanic smoking a cigarette.
I got you. Check. Better? All right, bet.
Brazilian mechanic that's like smokes a cigarette on his break, gets back to work, fights on his spare time.
Yeah, I think that's kind of just the vibe that he goes with. He's just something about like I said, the fighting nerds in general. They all have their own individual.
fan.
They're like, it's like, you know what I think it is? They're like comic books.
Yeah. Speaking of fighting nerds, I noticed another fighter. He wasn't Brazilian,
Yep.
but he had fighting nerds glasses on.
People are going to the camp now.
Oh, so people are joining this freaking
When
wave.
you see it, you gotta go.
I forget who it was, but I was just like, what flag is that?
They have, I think, almost every weight division covered. I don't know about heavyweight, but I think they have almost one fighter doing very well in almost every weight division. So it's just something to the camp. Something about it.
Big fan.
You got to lean towards it.
Because at this point, I'm tired of Dagestan, so I'm leaning.
You just need something.
I need something else.
Yeah, you need to taste bigger. I get you. You know what it is like? I was watching. I forget who it was that was analyzing this. And they were bringing this down. It's just different because it's not like it's not Khabib and it's not Islam, and I think that's why a lot of people get upset because like Khamzat for the most part is known to be that guy. In this fight, he wasn't that guy, but most part it's like he's gonna take you down. Brother, I smash you, or he's gonna kill you. Like
I'm curious of why they use that word
for
everything.
What it was is that they were only they had this initial wave of like when Khabib and them came in. The initial wave was genuinely like still. I know, right?
It's like the Hulk.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. So they were still learning English. So that was one of the phrases that they were taught. Now, in the same way that you have people try to copy to be Conor, people were trying to copy to be Khabib. You know that Khabib is famous for XYZ phrases. And one of them is tomorrow night, I'm going to smash your boy. Smash. Everybody and their grandmother says it now. That's just one of the things that just adapts. Like you,
smash.
Yeah. And then we're over here like, hey, yo. Like, what you mean?
We don't really talk like that.
It's crazy, bro. Words have a lot of power.
It's like in their language are they saying smash a lot? Like when they beat people up, I think smash you.
I think, but that's the thing is, I think that they just think of it as like the same way as like you would say like Hulk smash or like it's clobbering time.
Smash.
You feel me? Like yeah, like, it's just literally I'm just gonna. They're not cavemen. I remember Hulk.
Like that's how when they think of America, they're like, oh, I remember Hulk the movie.
I think it genuinely is that they just picked up off of like a couple of the big guys and just going off of it. Like I said, it's the same thing with Conor, man. People be trying to take that and they run with it. They try to have those Conor moments. They try to come in all flashy. The Sean O'Malley's. Even he's having this whole personality crisis. He's like, I really wrapped myself around that, and I don't know.
I thought I was Conor McGregor, but I guess I'm not.
No, he thought he was him, and he's not, bro.
No, he just fucking fought. Fucking Marab. You're fine, bro.
Another one who I didn't think was also with Marab until he retires. I don't know who's taking that belt,
it's just like, bro, you don't suck. Don't worry. It's just Marab. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to beat him. He's going to be there until he retires.
How do you feel?
Just keep on fighting other people.
That's what I was going to say. So how do you feel about that, though? Like, do you just keep going after it? Or at some point, you're like, maybe I move up. Maybe I just try.
Maybe one more time. Nah, you fought enough. You keep on fighting other people.
You fought him twice now, and both times you got disrespected.
You fight other people. Other people, you wait till someone beats them, and then you go fight them. But you got to keep winning elsewhere.
Yeah, I think he's got a couple more on the lowers, and then we'll see if he decides to move up. But I think for the most part,
he's way too tall to be.
It's just Marab, bro.
That low of a weight class, I think.
Yeah, because like sometimes people just be skinny, bro. And it's also hard to try to gain the muscle mass to like compete like that. Like it's not just eating Taco Bell all the time. So I feel like it's a little tricky, especially. I don't know if you've seen some of those dudes in that higher weight class. Some scary, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if he got what it's him. I think he might run into.
I gotta fight the fucking demons.
He might run into the same issue with 4 guys versus just having to worry about the one. You feel me? Yeah. So I think it might be better for him to stay where he's at, low key.
I'd have to fight the real demons of the sport.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the top of the top, heaviest, most dangerous human beings.
I think he would have some success, though, because, like, I'm looking right now, because he's 135, so he'd be moving up to 145, Volkanovski's division. I feel like a Sean O'Malley versus a Diego Lopez, a Yair Rodriguez would be, like, really good striking matches. But then for some reason, I don't know why, but in my brain, an Arnold Allen, who's ranked number 6, like, fucks him up.
Unfortunately.
A Lerone Murphy, you can see him fighting him.
Lerone, yeah, man.
Him versus Aljo, I wonder how that would go. Especially with Aljo being at 145 now. But that's the whole thing. Remember, he knocked him out in TD Bank, and that's how he got the title?
That was a pretty solid fight by Aljo the other day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder.
I know he like. I know he still was there. I'm like, yeah, he was champion.
I think he just had an off moment.
Yeah, I think he was like, yo, don't count him out yet. Like he's still like gonna be lingering around.
And I think the UFC just like really doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like personally they have a vendetta against him. I think they just don't think that he's like marketable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I really do. Let's see. We got MVP versus Jared Cannonier. This was one that I was surprised by. I wasn't expecting MVP to be like as good as
like
he was.
Street Fighter, motherfucker,
Bro.
Yo, bro.
It's something with those karate dudes. It's the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Something about that kind of movement where I don't think that you can prepare for it. I don't think that you can
Right,
kind
it's
of
so
like
unorthodox that you can't train for it.
Yeah, no. I think that he moves in and out too quickly. I don't think that people have the kind of like timing on him yet to be able to clip him. I think you either wrestle him to death or you don't really do a whole lot. Because then you have him, so he's in the same weight class as Khamzat. So like, how do you think that style like matches up with Khamzat?
Bro, he's gonna get taken down every time.
I think so.
Yo, he has no chance against Khamzat.
I don't know.
I don't think he has a chance. I think because of how he's just so relentless, man. There was a couple times where like DDP got away a little bit and he thought he was good and he turned just the second that he turned over his shoulder to look to see where he was, took him down again.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you should have kept on running. Why'd you look back?
Yeah.
You were good. You almost out.
Do you don't think that like
Boogeyman.
You don't think El Cucuy. You don't think that there's something about the speed and the timing that he could, I don't know.
I'm just crossing him up.
At this one, I'm just trying to.
He crosses him up.
Yo, I'm not going to lie to you.
He can catch him with a knee.
Someone goes to take you down and shoot straight. Hypothetically speaking, you can cross him up. I think hypothetically speaking,
I could just juke the shit out of him.
You could cross somebody up in the UFC. Would it make a lot of sense? Nah.
Just like a juke, and if they still catch you, knee to the face.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, really think about it. If you're like,
why don't they knee on takedowns more often?
Bro, it's hard. That's why.
Okay.
I think it's a mix.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of it's hard, but also like
timing it.
Because you have to get that. Well, that's the thing is you have to get the timing right. So like, the whole thing, Jorge Masvidal, Ben Askren with the flying knee, he knew Ben Askren is going to shoot for me immediately. It would make no sense for him to try to punch me or kick me right now.
Right.
His best move, the moment they say start, is for him to dive for my legs. So what am I gonna do immediately? I'm gonna throw this knee and see what happens.
Yeah.
And if it hits, it hits. And if it doesn't, well, I'm going back down. And it worked. Yeah. And a lot of times we've seen that where actually like somebody will go in for a takedown and they can read that it's going to happen somehow. They come in and they clip them with the knee and they just drop down. I've also seen like weird shit. Like I forget who it was, but like there was like a takedown where somebody went in and I remember we both watched this one. They hit their head off of like the guy's hip. And knocked him out.
Yeah.
Like, so, it could happen. It happens. But I think it's a thing of like, bro, you gotta be on your shit. And also like know that fighter's tendencies to know that is coming. I think with a Khamzat, you expect it, but then at the same time, it's like, how does he shoot in? You know what I'm saying? Like, because like Paulo Costa was on Ariel Helwani's podcast, and he was like, oh, I have the secret. I know exactly how to beat him. And that's what he said. He said, you just have to knee him. When he comes in, just knee him. And I'm like, sounds easy.
Sounds easy, but
nobody else has done it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Once
like,
he dodges that one knee, you're fucked.
You are. Bro, he will have his way with you. Like, listen, I don't know. This is
like literally like the boogeyman crawling up.
This is gonna go on
your back. You're like,
This is gonna go on YouTube, so I don't know. I'm not gonna finish the full statement. Those who know will know. But Justin Gaethje said it best. If one man can hold you down, two, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that it's a life lesson, bro.
I feel like DDP realized that.
I think
he might be traumatized because he realized, wait, there's humans out here that can violate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I think it's different when you're in a striking match.
Like, I'm a champion.
Yeah, but I'm a champion.
I'm a champion. I just got violated. I think that's the craziest. That's the craziest.
I love that. I just realized that's what you were trying to say earlier. You're like, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, that's exactly what
we're like 5 minutes of them saying, like, I don't know how to say this correctly. But yeah, no, I mean, I think you do come to that realization a little bit, and it is jarring, and you have to kind of like figure out what you're gonna do with that. But like, I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's back to the drawing board. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I think that might be more demoralizing than like someone just like punching you to death for 25 minutes.
Right.
Like
someone just holding you down like I can't move.
For you.
Like a kid.
What is a worse? Because I'm trying to equate like what I can think to be this bad. Because there's been some pretty bad ones. What would you think would be worse? I'll give you two. I was gonna do three, but I'll give you two. This one is one of them. So Khamzat, the way he handled DDP, or Izzy with Paulo Costa,
Okay.
where it was like, wow, Paulo really doesn't have a chance. Anytime he throws a punch, counter. Throws a kick, counter. Izzy beat him up so bad that he get the knockdown, and he knocked him down, but he TKO'd him, and then he got behind him and like dry humped him because he embarrassed him so bad.
Sure, I would say Khamzat.
I would say I
think Khamzat's the worst.
I think the Khamzat one is worse because like you're like
because the other one
you did not like you at least had a chance.
The other one you're like being outskilled.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that. Like if you're just better at the skill that we're both working our asses off to become like good at. That's cool. But if you're just like someone, you're just like another human being who weigh the same, you weigh the same as me, but you're just like fucking violating like that, bro. Where you could just, you like grab me like, you know how like kids, you can just wrap them up in a blanket, like, yo, you can't move.
Yeah.
It's just like mad as hell.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's like Khamzat's like, he grabs you by the wrist. You literally feel like defenseless. Like, you can't do nothing about it.
No, there's no movement. You ain't going nowhere.
It's crazy, man.
I get that. I feel like DDP is worse. We'll put that as a poll in the comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if MVP has a chance against him, but I'm intrigued to see where he goes going forward. It seems like 185 is doing him justice. I think MVP is gonna do well there.
And Jared Cannonier went down like 3 fucking weight classes to get there.
Bro, he's I think he's on that wave of like, I don't think the UFC cuts him unless they're just trying to make room. But I think that he's kind of title shot is gone, and I think it's like, all right, Jared, let's give you some good fights and let's get you paid, bud. Like you
for some like not early, but like late prelims.
Yeah. I think he's at that point, low key. All right, Tim Elliott beat Kaya Sakura.
Man,
we're done with the fighters.
Honestly,
these other fighters coming over.
I wanted him to win.
Yeah, me too.
And I felt like he was doing pretty well.
Yeah,
but it's just like how another some of these strikers just sometimes they get caught up in these fucking submissions, and like you can be the best fighter in the world, and you just get caught by some grappling motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, man. I was fucking him up.
I know.
Now I got choked out. Or like,
it really is that thing of like you. That's how I love the sport, man. You can't blame submission.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly how you described it. Yeah, he got caught up. Yeah. I think that he needs to. I think he just needs to work on a couple things and kind of just like. I don't know. MVP was talking about this, where a lot of other fighters that come over from another organization aren't used to the whole process. Yeah. Forget like actually fighting in the octagon, which is in and of itself with that many people a big thing. But I think the whole process,
how organized they are,
the press, the fight conferences, all the media, all the attention, all the immediate boost in followers, all the engagement. Like, I think it just gets to people. And I think that it is something that they struggle with once they start fighting. I think with Kai, like, he just came in and they were like, "Yeah, you're fighting the champ, bud." He's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Got ragdolled by Pantoja.
Like, I don't want. It's like why'd you set him up? Even this fight.
You know what it is?
I feel like he got set up on this fight too.
There's a couple of different things. I don't know. It's your call which way you decide to go with it. I think it's either the UFC wants to show other people, no, we are the brand.
Yeah.
Or they really think that they could do it and they just give him the shot.
Like, poor guy, now he's going back.
I mean, if you're a multiple time champion in this other division and you're doing so well and you're handling all these people and it's like the skill level is like that, where like you are just doing that much better than the other person that you're fighting. Okay, maybe that'll translate over to the UFC and we get you over here. Let's see how you do. But if you don't, I don't know. If you don't do it, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
It's sad. I was rooting for him.
You know, man, it is what it is, bro. But I don't know. I don't believe it, but I have been seeing rumors that he's trying to go back to, what is it, like Ryzen or whatever. I don't know if he's actually.
That's what I saw too.
I don't know if he's actually planning on actually doing that and like going back, or if it's
trying
just
to see some
talk.
new fresh faces, like.
I mean, he wasn't
stars in the UFC, and
I was gonna say.
I don't know.
I think we're getting that more from random fighter in the early prelims working their way up.
Yeah.
Or the ones that I've been liking so far have been fighter endorsed fighters. I like that.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that happening. Like I think it's been like a trend recently where either social media
So we're in a fact.
and every few of them happened this past weekend. Johnny Walker, after his win, he wanted somebody, like he was like, Dana, sign my boy here. And then somebody else also said the same thing on the same night where they're like, yo, sign my boy. My boy's real good. Get him in here. And he was one of his cornermen. He's like, get him in here. I think that those co-signed fighters usually end up doing pretty well. So I think you're getting them.
Yeah.
They're just, I think the draft pick ones are failing.
Yeah.
For the most part. I think that those ones, when they like already have a name and they come over here, they don't do very well.
So what we got to do to get another superstar in this bitch?
I don't know, man. Speaking of Johnny Walker with the upset in UFC Shanghai. I don't know about you guys.
Man.
I woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I woke up at 3 a.m. Alarm set. I got up ready. I wiped the cold and the crust out of my eyes, and I sat down and I was like, all right, let's get it going.
I was like this with the TV, the room dark.
Yeah.
TV on.
Fighting.
Eyes barely open. Just
Fighting.
Like, this nigga's fighting on my screen.
Watching. I forgot. Yo, it was so funny. I was texting the boys and I was like, yo, you guys down to watch the fights? And they were like, I mean, yeah, I'm down. Then like, what time should we pull up? And I was like, oh, the early prelims at 3 a.m. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, they're at 3 a.m. They're like, absolutely not, bro. We are not going to that.
I was so down.
I was like, yo, you're not trying to go watch. And I just had to pull up the names because I didn't want to butcher them, even though I might. I was like, you don't want to see Uran Satibaldiev versus Dr. Nurgoziev? And they're like, no.
not the slight bit.
With reason. This one was a good fight night though. I think if you woke up at like 10, 11 a.m. and you rewound and watched it, it was a great fight night. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I was pissed because I saw all these fights.
Yep.
Just for me to finally fall back asleep when Waldo was about to start.
And that was the whole point of us watching.
Bro, I wake back up the fight right after. Like, I didn't even fall asleep for long. I was
all right, word.
Came back up. I watched the rest of the fights. Watched the Aljo
Brian Ortega
fight, and then the championship fight, which was like fucking crazy because I wanted the Chinese guy. I wanted China to win every fight. God damn it!
Dude, I love when they go to other places so you can see how their crowds react to things. The way that the Chinese fans were like, they were like respectful, I guess is the way to word it, but like silence when action is taking place. And then when something exciting, they all went, oh, but like, like cause you still gotta let it out. I don't know how you don't. When you see someone get like head kicked, you gotta let that, you gotta let that out. Like, I feel like even me at home, I'm literally bugging out. I don't know why I said you so much. But even me, I'm like bugging out. So when they're watching
the Chinese reaction to the head kick.
Insane. Their girl Xi Ming is getting after it, dog. But yeah, I feel like they, besides those moments, they were all like awkwardly quiet. But then you have like other crowds, like when they go to the UK, they're like singing. You have what else am I thinking? Yeah, you're good. When they have like the UK fans and they're singing, they go to like the US for the most part, everyone's cheering and booing at everything, and they make no sense to me. Canada is usually like always amped up. France is always like super amped up at everything. Yeah. Like even the wrestling they get all hyped over.
They have different cultures. Like,
it's really cool to see that. So like I feel like with this one, I was on the same wavelength. I was on the same wavelength where I was like, I need more Chinese fighters to win. But I'm not going to lie to you. There's some exceptions to the rule. I ain't going to lie to you. As much as it would have been really cool to be like, man, the whole nation showed out. All these fighters put on and they got it done. It's like the same way when they go to like, it's weird because they can't go to like Russia, I guess. But when they go to like Abu Dhabi and they stack it with Russians, it's them showing out.
You think there'll be a day that like Russia UFC goes
Yeah,
to Russia?
yeah. I think we'll see that. I think for sure. I can the way we're doing UFC on the White House, we're definitely gonna go to Moscow.
Yeah, it's just
for
like
sure.
a crazy card and
I think that the UFC is what's gonna bridge the gap between most countries.
yeah.
That's my
Bro, it's
shot in the dark.
I think
Political opinion.
I always say this. I feel like the MMA is how we should handle wars.
I knew you were gonna go with that. Yeah.
I think we should stop killing each other and just have like your top 5 versus my top 5 versus your top 5 versus my top 5.
You say that until we lose, and then we're a communist country.
Yeah, then we just like under Russia's rule.
You're like, what you mean I gotta give them up?
Just go back to DR.
You're like, to the state. Who's the state? I'm in Massachusetts, son.
That'd be crazy.
That's what you're gonna be very upset.
But like, that's why we gotta get elite. We gotta get
Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying?
the best of the world because we can't be letting.
I wonder if at that point, if we would then start, as well as everybody else would be doing the same thing. We're gonna be like, that fight, there's no way that fighter's American. And he's gonna be like, no, I swear he's American. He's lived here his whole life. He speaks no English. He's the same thing as holding up the paper, I am 12. Like, We get this a first round draft pick from some foreign nation you've never heard of, that this man is insane at wrestling.
He's just Russian. What are you talking? It's like, no, he was born here.
He's born here. We got the paperwork to prove it. It's a 36-year-old man.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, like I was saying, I love an upset. So the fact that and especially if Johnny Walker of all people, I was
pissed.
I was like, yo, the whole time I'm watching, it was like, yeah, because it was one of those things of like, I've watched Zhang Mingyan fight. He's good,
right?
He hits hard,
bro.
He's very technical, good striker.
Disappointed me.
Obliterates people.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, and I think a lot of people had the same thought. This is them doing the same thing they're doing to a lot of these fighters. They're getting Johnny Walker up out of here. They're like, we're sick and tired of the antics.
Bro.
We're sending you to this Chinese beast who's going to kill you, and you're up out of here.
That's what I thought was going to happen. And that's what I was rooting. I was rooting for Johnny Walker to lose
No.
this.
Johnny Walker had other plans of his goofiness.
Did you also feel, okay, how do you say his name?
Zhang Mingyang.
Zhang Mingyang.
Yep.
Okay. Do you feel like he gave up?
I think he did, but I think it was because I see it sometimes where like the initial reaction isn't there, and then something happens where like I think it's like the pain then sets in, and they're like, oh shit. So like fight ends, Johnny Walker leg kick. That leg compromised. I think he puts full weight on leg and cannot withstand the pain.
Right.
Crumbles and folds. He knows this hurts so much. I don't know if I can stand on this leg. What else are you gonna do but this? If you don't know,
bro, that's the part.
If you're not like
that's
hurdle
the part that,
back,
like,
grab leg, judo throw.
He didn't like. He immediately looked like he gave
folded.
up.
He folded. He's done.
He rolled to his side a couple times, hoping he just get knocked out. Didn't get knocked out. Kind of. It's just like, bro.
I think if Johnny
didn't cover up enough.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if Johnny Walker was like, you know how like fighters like won't go to the ground and they'll be like, ref, no, like stand him up. I think if he did that, he wouldn't have got up.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been.
Like that's what I think. I think it was like, in a way, unnecessary follow-up shots. Necessary in the sense of like the ref didn't stop it, and I think like you got to give him the chance. Maybe he'll get up. You don't know, but afterwards, like 20/20 vision, I would say like homeboy was not. He was not getting up.
Did he ever get up?
No.
He got wheeled out.
I don't think about wheeled out, but I think they had to like over the shoulders. The coaches were like, "All right, we out here, bro." Right. But I don't think he could put full weight on that leg.
He had a good fight too. He was doing well.
He had a good fight.
He's a good striker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a good fight. It was a good scrap. In my opinion, he was winning the whole fight. Like, going into because what was that? Like the second round is when he got out of there. Yeah. So I think the whole first round, Johnny was doing okay, but it felt more like Johnny was surviving than it was that he was like inflicting the damage and putting in that offense. Zhang Mingyang over here was the one that was like,
bro,
from my opinion,
calculated strikes.
Bro, he's good.
Yeah.
So that's why
I was going for every Chinese fighter.
This one sucks because it's like, this was clearly them pushing their guy. This was clearly them being like, not only are we wanting you to move forward in the weight division, we're gonna put you in front of your hometown or your home crowd, and we're gonna make you the main event. Here you go.
He just disgraced his country. He just lost in front of all his people.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would feel horrible if I was a UFC fighter and they were like, "Bro, we're bringing you to DR and you're gonna fight in front of your people," and I lost.
I lost in front of my people, bro.
Because if anybody's gonna tell you that you fucked up, it's Dominican. They're gonna tell you immediately.
Why didn't you fucking?
The only one that's gonna look out for me that day is gonna be my mom. Even my own siblings are gonna be like, "You trash," and you know it.
Yeah, right.
But it is what it is, dog. But yeah, no, I love a good upset, so I wasn't mad at Johnny Walker winning that. That one honestly made me laugh, and I was like, that was a good morning. And I turn it off. Can we talk about how when you stopped watching the fights, tell me you didn't look at the clock and you were like, motherfucker, it's 8:30 in the morning.
Bro, I went right to sleep. I went right to sleep like, man, fuck all this. You let this motherfucking Johnny Walker beat you?
I was standing in my living room, because I was like, all right, TV off. I don't know why, because I'm so used to after they're done, I shut the TV off. I shut the TV off and I stood in my living room, looked at my watch, and so I saw that it was like 9:30 or whatever in the morning. And I had a moment like it was like Will Smith looking around in the living room like it was the last time ever. I was like, what now? I don't know what to do with myself. Like, this is usually the end of my night, and I go immediately pass out in my bed. But I have the entire rest of my day ahead of me to do.
I don't know. I don't even know what I don't remember that day.
It was a blur.
It was a blur because of it, though.
Yeah. I love an afternoon fight. I love when they start around like 12, 1 or 2 p.m.
Yeah.
But when that was 3 a.m. early or technically just 3 a.m. prelim, and then a main card started at 6 a.m. That was rough, man. That was rough.
Bro, it really was rough. Just to miss Waldo's fight, man.
I know. I was going to say, I was going to go in order, but let's just get into the Waldo fight. Aljamain Sterling, we'll talk about you in a moment. Yeah, bro. What an upsetting moment for us, man. We put everything into Waldo. And listen, we still love you, Waldo. We're still riding for Waldo.
This is just the beginning,
all
bro.
the support, flags up.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning, bro. 14-1, now 14-2. That's still a good record, man. And you're still up there in the heavyweight division. You were shooting for the stars and you landed on the moon, bud. You know what I'm saying? Now people know your name.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of slander. Not a slander going around on his name. Decision machine. I ain't gonna lie to you for the heavyweight division. That's kind of upsetting, but
he do be moving like.
What I'm telling you, bro, we got to get this GoFundMe going, and we send him to a good camp. Listen, all due respect to everybody he trains with. Why is he throwing that overhand right like a fastball?
Yeah.
Did you tell me not though?
Bro, those are habits he can't get rid of.
It was like insane to me. I was like, every time he goes to throw like a punch where he's trying to knock him out, like he's trying to go for that kill shot, it's the widest shot of all time.
He's a pitcher, man.
And Sergey's just Sergey's right here the whole time. He's right here,
bro.
Right here.
I don't know, man. I can see the inexperience, and I know he has a lot of potential though.
Yeah.
So.
And he chin like a mug, bro. There was some shots that Sergey hit him with where I was like, I was like, I saw the country failing economically. I was like, oh my God, no. Like, he held it there. He's like, I ain't going down. It's plot to the power, son. Yo, he held it there tough, son. I was worried. He
just needs that GoFundMe.
He does, bro. 2-3 years Dagestan or whatever he needs. I don't know, man. He's gonna come back in here with no mustache, just beard or something. But like,
he didn't look like he was. I don't know, not the best of shape. He didn't.
I think you know what it is. I think he has like pretty good cardio. I definitely will say like near the end of that third round, he definitely seemed like he was like tired for sure. But I think he was also like, he's got a weird ego. I think what it is to an extent, and like again, this is all constructive criticism, Waldo. We love you here at Uneducated MMA, 806 The Show. We're all big fans.
Big fan.
Supporting Dominican Republic. But I will say the taunting, bro, you got to stop the taunting. And especially when you're in a situation like this where like, I don't know what your corner was telling you, but you definitely were down on the scorecards, and there's no reason in the third round that you should be acting the way you were. I think that you need to just focus up, man. I don't know what he needs, but I think for the most part, he's physically, for a heavyweight, I'd say he's on the better side. I just think there's something about it where like he has knockouts, but I wouldn't necessarily classify him as having like knockout power.
Right.
So in that situation, your technique needs to sharpen up, boy. I cannot see
100%.
these wide ass power shots
Bro.
when someone's clipping you. No one should be landing 3 punches while you're trying to get off your one, and then you don't even land that one.
And then every time I look on like the social media, it's just him training, doing the little pad
mitts,
work,
yeah.
hitting the mitts, and I'm like, bro, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go harder than that.
I don't know, man. Maybe he just saves up the bread and goes and fights at some other camps for a little bit just to get a couple of different looks. Maybe works with because like I mean I know
you got to use your name now. Like you can get into whatever camps you want.
He's top. He's right. He's still 6. He went for 3, but he's still 6. So that's still pretty good. So that's all I'm saying. Like it's a setback for sure, but it's not one that we can't recover from. You know what I'm saying? I think that
I just think that his inexperience is showing. That's all.
I think that's 100% what it is. Because there's a different those top guys. There is a difference when it comes to them. Like Sergey, I think for sure has kind of lost a bit of his like people were saying his aura is down because like he went in when his name was popping up on everyone's radar. It's him nuking people.
Yeah,
nuking them. Like heavyweight when they are knocking people out crazy like a Francis. Everyone knows. Everyone knows who this person is. Is when they're walking in there and you don't last a minute 30 because you are getting your head clean off. That's not good. So like he went in like that. Then he gets knocked out by Tom Aspinall. Decision. And you're like, all right, what happened? Where's the dude from back there? Where's the dude that was all the bodies left behind? Where'd that guy go? I don't know where he's at right now.
No clue.
No clue. I think that for Waldo to be able to. It's on both sides. I don't think that Sergey has really been showing the old Sergey, but at least this new one is more calculated and more reserved. I think for a reason. I think he doesn't want to make certain mistakes and get clipped.
Yeah.
But I think for Waldo, he's got some work to do, bud.
He definitely.
We still supporting him. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, sharing the post. I'm still gonna let him know.
I noticed this with a lot of athletes that switch over to fighting, where it was like a Kimbo Slice, even though he was fighting before.
Yeah,
or
that's different fighting though.
Or like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Or like who else? There's a bunch of these motherfuckers. But they just lack this like the technicality of it, like the skill. They're freak athletes.
Yeah.
He's a pitcher. I don't know.
I mean, it's what you lean into. It's what you learn. Like you said it earlier. I think it is to an extent true. That motion of throwing that punch has got to feel very similar to throwing a pitch.
Yeah.
And if you're practicing one
your muscle
way
memory.
more than the other, muscle memory is going to kick in, like you were about to say.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that I think sometimes when he's in there, he feels exactly. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen that knee go up before a punch. Like it's bound to happen at some point. But I do think that that's a part of it where I feel like he just like, I don't know what it is, man. I think he has a lot of opportunities. I've seen it in past fights where I'm like, oh, he could have got this guy out of here.
Yeah.
But because of either the taunts or like certain things in his technique, he's
like
just not getting to the target on time.
Dominicans be just playing too much sometimes.
I mean,
like the little.
He's having a little fun out there.
Yeah, but that's the little spice that's needed to get that chip.
I think for me, it is your performance has to also be able to show it. Like for example, like if you're gonna do the taunt, if you're gonna flex while you're in there and all that kind of stuff, the opponent has to also reflect that you're able to. Like for example, like in that situation, Sergey should have been wobbling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like hurt bad.
Right.
Cool, but he wasn't. He was hurting you. You shouldn't be doing that. That's how I feel. That's me personally. Constructive criticism. All love Waldo.
I agree.
But definitely an upset. At least for us.
We'll work together as a team.
Yeah, like I said,
as a team, we'll work together and figure this out.
The GoFundMe will be made and it will be sent.
I do feel like he needs to cut down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
get a little quicker.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff we could do. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some stuff we could do. I feel like
we can get him with Nick Albert.
Hey, for sure, let's put him on. All I'm saying is the range for heavyweight is 225 to 265. He can drop down.
Bro, he can drop down.
He can drop down. Be a little quicker. It could happen.
You don't have to be on the heavier.
He will definitely be on the heavier side, but it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's the carbs. Dominicans can't give up the carbs. I watched a video the other day that was this Dominican going off about Dominicans, and it just made me, when you're like, something is so true, you're like, I can't be mad, but damn.
We're all real strong.
He's like, Dominicans are the only ones that will eat rice with spaghetti. I was like, yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
You got that. Carbs with carbs. I was like, oh, you got that. Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. I know this was later on, but that's fine. This one was a good one in the sense of, like, I think that Aljamain Sterling showed his skill, but it's also a double-edged sword because then Brian Ortega showed up overweight. They had to do it at a catch weight. Brian Ortega looked like shit.
Right. Yeah,
like,
Brian Ortega looking like a zombie. He looked like he was off 3 perks and just got pulled up. Bro, he pulled up on that weight. The weight was...
Bro, I think you sent me the video of him. You're like, he looked like a ghost. Bro. I was like, yeah, he looks horrible.
It's like, bro, I'm putting my money on the other nigga.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't know what's good with him, man. I don't know, because this was him moving up too. Like he's already moved up in weight. I don't know if he needs to move up again.
Bro, maybe you was never meant to be that low of a weight class, I guess. I don't know.
Brian Ortega needs to go up to 155 and just call it a day, or else this is gonna be some.
We don't want him to get hurt out here. We seen that dude in Thailand pass away from weight cutting.
It's that, but also like professionally, it's going to affect your career before it affects you physically. Like, there's one thing that the UFC absolutely hates: weight cuts. Like, you need to make weight. We don't want to have to deal with this again. We don't have to want to reschedule this again. We don't have to want to make it a catch weight. We don't have to want to pay this guy more money.
Imagine if someone else had to come in to China, fly out to China to fucking last minute fight fucking Aljo. That would have been the craziest.
It would have been.
Dana would have been pissed.
Yeah, exactly. And then now you have a Brian Ortega fighting in the PFL.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Like, it just
you get treated like Sarukian for the rest of your career.
Right.
It's just like never. Like, what happened to my title shot?
What title shot, bro? You in the back of the line. You somehow now ranked 14th. Well, I don't know how, but don't worry about it. We make the rankings,
back
bro.
In the fucking line. Get out of here, bro.
It's true though. Like, I think that it's a level of professionalism, man. If you don't show up, they ain't gonna show up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for him, like, he needs to get it together, because this is not the first time this has happened, but also like it's just like a level of like cancellation of fights. But then also like I feel he just hasn't been showing up in his last couple fights either. Like, I don't know, the Brian Ortega I'm used to watching is not the Brian Ortega I've been seeing recently. So I don't know. He's got to figure that out.
He lost to somebody that just kind of fucked this whole shit up.
So he had an amazing fight against Volkanovski, and after that is when he kind of went downhill.
He lost to another Spanish person, or maybe Brazilian.
Oh, Diego Lopez beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
Diego Lopez.
That was the one where Diego Lopez knocked him out standing.
It happened to be a both.
And then
Brazilian and a Spanish.
he knocked him out, and then in the same combination woke him back up.
Oh yeah.
There's a video clearly where the first punch he's asleep, and on the way down he gets hit with another one, and it wakes him back up, which is crazy. The human brain amazes me, man.
It's just like, wake up.
I know. All right, and then speaking of getting knocked out, the last thing I wanted to touch on in this episode that everybody and their grandmother's been going over. I know it was a horrible segue, but I felt like it was needed.
Hey, gotta be talked about.
If you're in the MMA news and you're in the MMA space, if you watch UFC, you know who Quentin Rampage Jackson is. You've heard this story explained 1,000 times, but of course we got to touch upon it just in case the people that are watching haven't. So we're going to talk about it. So Rampage Jackson has a son by the name of Raja Jackson, which I think I say his first name right. If not, I'll take that shot. He's an aspiring MMA fighter, just like his dad. He wants to be, in my opinion, he wants to be like his dad. He just wants to follow in the footsteps, get into the same career.
Blowing up on social media, both.
Blowing up on social media. They're both doing streaming. I would say that his dad already has like the big name, so he's got the following off of that, and then his son is kind of getting the fame that his dad has kind of on him. He's getting his own following, and he is building his own brand. Unfortunately, he made a horrible decision. This past, I guess, weekend. Pretty much what happened is he was involved in an altercation where he went to this amateur wrestling event where
First mistake.
Yeah. He went to an amateur wrestling event, which from what I can gather, I can't tell if he was invited to be there or he went and then was invited to be a part of the show. But either way, he was supposed to be a part of the show. And basically, it was supposed to be a spot where he was supposed to come in and join in on a wrestling match. beforehand, one of the wrestlers that was involved in the match wanted to apparently build the story up before the actual match, because the whole thing with wrestling is it's storytelling. This is, again, WWE professional wrestling, as they call it, or sports entertainment.
Yeah.
He wanted to build through the story. So he got in Aracha's face. He was talking shit, calling him a bitch. He grabs a can that had like a little to no soda in it or whatever, and he smashes it over Raja's head. Again, he's trying to build that moment. Raja's not a wrestler. Raja's an MMA fighter. And
this is my boy. This ain't WWE.
Yeah, and he got angry and got in his face and was immediately like, I will fuck you up. I will.
Dangerous man.
I will come after you. And immediately the other wrestlers were like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Miscommunication. They got involved and they had to stop, and they let him know. They're like, yo, listen, he didn't know. And they let the wrestler know. They're like, yo, listen, who I think his name is like, I don't want to mess it up, but it's Psycho something.
Oh, yeah.
Not Psycho Sid. I thought that. It's not that guy.
Psycho something.
It's Psycho something. And basically they let him know. They're like, yo, bro, he's not, Raja's not a wrestler. He's not a part of this world. He has no idea what this is. Like, chill. And he's like, oh, my bad, my fault. Then after that altercation happens, this is all on stream. Like, this is all, Raja's cameraman is recording this entire day is being recorded. So, like, no one can say anything. The whole thing is on video. He goes.
We didn't hear the N-word.
We didn't. As much as you were like, I think it was thrown.
I don't know. This was a reaction to N-word. It was warranted.
You know, from all the video I saw, I didn't hear it not once. Anyway, after that altercation happens, they go and they talk, Raja and the wrestler, and they seem like they hash it out. And he's like, yo, my bad. I didn't mean to. I thought that you knew. I thought you were going to, I thought we were doing a thing. I'm sorry. Raja's like, cool, we're cool. Seems like in between then and when the wrestling match was happening, his whole chat through Kick was just chirping at him. Chirp, calling him a bitch, this, that, and the third. Like, instigating, heavy. It seems, from what I've gathered, Raja has, like, anger issues. And he also has, like, insecurities like a motherfucker. And I don't know if it comes from, like, his entire life. I don't know if it comes from a certain situation. I know him and his dad. Like, his dad is... I would say he's a loving father. Like, seems like he's always there for them. But he's also Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson could be kind of an asshole.
People forget, like, we think that these fighters are supposed to have the same mentalities as us average human beings. Like,
no, they're all cracked.
Yo, bro, these motherfuckers are living on a different realm, yo. They're constantly fighting. They're like, it's like you shouldn't expect them to be the sweetest human beings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just it's like getting in a cage with a bunch of fucking animals and lions and shit and expecting nothing to happen. Like,
I get with you. It's weird. No, listen, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't agree with it on a certain level. Like, I will say, like, there is a certain person it takes to be that tapped to, like, go into this profession and get to the lengths that you've gotten to. But then also a part of it is also, like, along the way, you're getting your brain rattled a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mix of things. So I think he has some insecurities. He clearly has some issues of, like, you know how people have, like, trigger words? Don't call him a bitch. Like, it seems like immediately that's gonna set him off.
That's you, especially a stranger, bro. This one thing is like when your friends are joking, but whatever.
Yeah.
You got a stranger that you never met, looks racist. Looks.
I love that you're like, it's gotta be that. It's gotta be that,
bro. Because I haven't heard the other side yet.
I know.
This is a lot of one side. I need to hear the words.
And I feel you. I
need him to explain himself.
I'm gonna just send you conclusions. I'm gonna send you the whole stream so you can watch it.
I honestly haven't done my research at all.
There you go.
But I don't jump to conclusions without making my full research.
That's fair.
You know?
All right, going back into the story.
Yeah.
So it seems like between the apology and the match, a lot of chirping going on. A lot of smack, a lot of nonsense going on by his chat, and it got him mad. Like, he was clearly pissed, and he's talking like he's just like, no, like, fuck that, I'm not no bitch. Like, you can't talk to me like that. Like, all that kind of stuff. Like, he was basically like, felt like he was being like like belittled and didn't want to be.
How old is he? You know,
I think he's like 23, 24. He's then all right. Now we're in the mode of like we're gonna get you into this match. This is where things get a little weird.
yeah, I see this.
So one of the wrestlers that was assisting him in getting into the spot of like where he needed to be to do the whole thing is letting him know like, nah, bro, get your lick back. Like this is where you get your shot back. Like, nah, like he messed with you. This is where you go. Like, go ahead. Like get him. Like hit him. Like go ahead, do it. It's cool. Like we're about this. It's fine. Like egging him on too. Like letting him know. And now you know, not all your boys are your boys. They're like, now you clearly know not all of your boys are your boys because why are you instigating also at this point, especially after they've already apologized.
I hope I never lose my temper like this,
son.
Bro.
So then they're sitting. I almost said cage side. They're sitting ringside, and the wrestler's in there doing his match and whatever. And it's getting to the point where now Raj is supposed to like come in and like kind of intervene, and that's like the planned thing that's supposed to happen. And he's again speaking to his cameraman, looking directly in, like letting him know. He's like, nah, they think I'm about to fake this shit. No, I'm hitting him for real. Fuck that. I'm not no bitch. Like he's like, again, visibly angry. Like he is like fuming. Goes into the ring. The guy turns around to see Raja. Raja grabs him by the legs, picks him up, and if you know wrestling, does like an Alabama slam. Immediately, you can tell the guy is unconscious. Immediately,
Doc, it's not even like a hard ground. This is a mat.
It's canvas. It is what they wrestle on like that.
Just freaking
knocks him out immediately and counted 20 unanswered hard shots to the
haymakers.
Face. He got full mount and is just wailing on this unconscious man. It is like a horrific video.
Like most human beings, I feel like a lot of human beings would have died there.
Bro, it is so bad because like the only thing that came into mind is that one MMA guru video that always goes around where it's him just going, Raph, come on, he's killing him, bro. Like, this is what it felt like. And then you see like there's a referee in the ring and there's another wrestler who was involved in the match that the dude was in. He's also in the ring. They're both just like shocked that this is happening. It's like they froze. Like they didn't know what to do.
They froze up, like,
bro. And then a bunch of wrestlers get in. They try to get him off. He then starts to try to fight the other wrestlers.
It's like when a real lion is in the ring.
He tried to kill everybody.
You see who the gazelles are.
I don't know about that because that's like saying. No, but you're saying this. It'd be like. I get what you mean.
They could have stopped the fight, but they were as tough as they are wrestlers. They seeing this, but they're in shock to the point where they are like fear, like they can't.
Yeah,
like if I help him out, I'm gonna die.
I'm next.
So it was like Jesus.
So one of the clips that I sent you that you made the same comment about. You're like, I've seen a lot about the other side, but not this side. Is one of the wrestlers that broke up the fight. Even he was saying that Raja tried to do the same double leg on him, and he's like, if I had went down, I probably would have ended up in the same spot.
Yeah.
But he's like, luckily there was another couple of people to help me out, and he didn't. But like. Dude, he was ready for blood. He was, at that point, it was one of those things like people say it all the time. He was seeing red. Like he didn't know what he was just going for it.
And like I'm still on like neutral. I want to see it all.
You want to know it all, I understand.
But
like
I did see, which is funny to me, is that Mark Henry kind of was just like, oh, the other guy bit off more than he can chew. Kind of thing, where like kind of taking sides with Raja at this situation.
Because I'll tell you this, I'm not a wrestling fan in the sense of I haven't watched it actually since I think like maybe 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
When it comes to the wrestling world, these are people. These are professionals. They put on a character, but these are people. There's a lot of stuff that happens backstage. There are situations where like, no, like you disrespected me for real.
Yeah.
We can get in that ring and we're gonna wrestle and it's gonna be a whole thing, but I'm gonna punch you square in the mouth. And they can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They get their moments in where they're not assaulting you in the backstage, but now that we're doing this whole performance thing and people can't tell the difference, I'm gonna actually elbow you in the mouth. And you're not. What are you gonna do?
Like,
Stop?
It's not only several wrestlers. Rob Van Dam, RVD also took on like Raja's side on the situation.
A lot
Which
of
is like, now I'm starting to think, like, what is the etiquette for these wrestlers? And do they see something that we don't see because they're in that world?
I think that they definitely see something that we don't see, and I think a part of it is also, like I said, like and I've been having this debate several times. I sent this to the boys, and I was like, "What do you guys think about the situation?" They're not into like fights like that, so they don't know the people. So I'm just based off of what you see, what do you think? And a lot of them are asking that they're like, you should go to jail. Like, what the fuck? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, but you also have to understand it from his point of view. Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I got invited to be here, and this is all me just guessing as to what happened. I was invited to be here, and some random fuck comes up to me talking shit to my face and then hits me in the head with a can, and you don't think I'm going to put my fucking hands on him?
Potentially call him the N-word.
Potentially. Allegedly.
Yeah. There's still a chance of that.
You're like, I think that that's pretty insane. Like, listen, everybody, I don't think that people should be putting their hands on each other unless, they both agree to it. That's why I'm very cool with, like, I found out that, a cop can sanction a fight, by the way.
Cool.
So I don't know if every state does this, but, like, if you're at a bar and that dude's talking shit and you want to fight him, if you get a cop to agree to it, they could be like, you ready? Go. And they can make sure you bang the ones, and it's perfectly legal. It's like
it should be.
It's like dueling, but like kinda. And I think that should be fine. It's the same reason why I'm cool with watching the fights like this. But I'll also say, like, if not everybody is like aware of what's going on, like it's not cool. And then like if that's the reaction, like every now and then somebody needs to get hit in the mouth.
Hey, man.
Do I think he should have went about it the way he did? No. If he had smacked the shit out that guy right then and there in that parking lot when he got hit with the can, I would have been like, yeah, that's deserved. If he had just smacked him, just like Will Smith, like, Chris rocked him in the parking lot, cool. We're fine.
It's just this world, okay.
20 unanswered shots.
I don't agree with any of that.
I can't defend you.
I don't agree with any of that. It is over the top. But there's another argument that I always go with is that
if he said the N-word.
No. There's that too. But like, we act like us humans are just like the fucking most genius human, like shit in the fucking.
No,
we're fucking animals.
Yeah, we're monkeys.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're literally. Yeah. We forget to acknowledge that we're fucking animals. So when we slip up, I don't expect the most from another human being because I feel like they're liable to make a mistake like any fucking animal. Think about that pet you have that like, oh yeah, he's the sweetest pit bull, but sometimes he might bite somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fucking in this situation. This is a human being. I think this should teach everybody a lesson where, like, just be careful who you're disrespecting and who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who has that, like, restraint and who is a fucking dog that can just, like, fucking snap off of just a little disrespect.
And it goes across the board of, like, and it's not even like, oh, who this person's a trained fighter. No, this could just be a crazy person that, like, you say some crazy shit to them, and they'll be like, all right, cool, bet. And then they walk away, and the next thing you know, when you have your back turned, they sucker punch you. And you're not even paying attention. Now you're waking up. Like, I've seen those videos a million times on the internet.
People in this world, it's like, bro, I think, I don't know, a nigga like me, it's just like, that's why I don't disrespect people for no reason. For like, I don't, because you don't never know who's really like, can just snap like that.
Yeah, and then also like it's the same thing with like the same reason like when like and me and you have had this discussion several times. We go to vacation different places. If we're not familiar with the area, we're not popping off, we're not sounding off because we don't know who got what and who's gonna do what. Like you have no idea what's going on around you.
You gotta really like be aware like of your surroundings and like.
And now you got these motherfuckers walking around with cauliflower ear. You don't know what the hell they're gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? Like and like you said, we were talking about it earlier.
You gotta logically look at the situation at hand.
I totally understand where like the miscommunication on both sides, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it is so unfortunate that it led to this. For me, even though I feel like I know where this is going to go, I would hope it doesn't end in jail time. I would hope that there's something
I'm hoping like a light sentence.
He definitely pays homeboy's medical bills and maybe even then some, maybe some civil issues or something like that. Because then another thing that people have to understand, like people are calling for lawsuits and something like that. And this is a very good point that somebody made it earlier. Quentin Rampage Jackson has money. Raja Jackson has nothing. Quentin Rampage Jackson made it very clear. Motherfucker, I got money. I was in that cage. I was taking those hits. I got money.
Yeah.
I'm take care of my kids, but you have nothing.
Yeah.
I put a roof over your head. I make sure you have food on the table. You're good. But once you are out in that world, you figure it out. And then he had this whole thing with like, and like we were talking about earlier, the father-son content has been amazing between the two of them.
Amazing content.
Of them just like, he's watching his son get into this and he's like trying to help him out and all this kind of stuff. But you also see on his son's side that he's a different person than he is. Like, he brings it up all the time. He's like, he's a vegan. Like, he thinks he's just like a soft hippie kid or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it's also like one of those things of like he's like you're gonna do this out on your own, so like you can call for these lawsuits and all this stuff, but you ain't gonna get much. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, for me, I don't want it to end up in like him going to jail and like, because like, bro, like if people are throwing it out there and it, to an extent it's true, it is in a sense like it's crazy because it's like you can tell that he was so angry beyond belief that he wasn't. I don't think that he was mentally there. I think he was just in rage.
Yeah.
That dude now has probably a broken face, broken teeth, hopefully no internal bleeding, but Lord knows what's going on with him. I know he woke up, but other than that, I don't know. But it's hard for you not to say that that was like almost attempted murder. If he hadn't been pulled off, bro,
that's like
I don't know, man. I've seen and I listen
like a third degree.
And this is coming. This is coming from someone who, and if you're in any group chat with me, you're getting videos of people who are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are seeing some crazy stuff. And I've seen street fights where, like, even like after the soccer kick, they have enough restraint to stop going for the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't.
He didn't.
Like, you can tell. For me, watching it, the momentum. If the hands didn't grab the arm to pull him off, they would have just kept going.
I'm so curious.
I'm
so like that level of like
rage is insane.
Like I'm so curious to what level of disrespect
That's what I'm saying.
came across that made him like can't control himself.
So we were talking about it. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier, where I was gonna say like his dad is quitting Rampage Jackson. He's an asshole.
Rampage.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, he could.
Rampage.
He went an entire Ultimate Fighter season calling someone titties. Like a grown man, he called him titties for an entire season of the Ultimate Fighter. He probably was raised with some tough love in the sense of like his dad's always busting his balls and this, that, and the third, or like saying crazy shit that like maybe he felt a little self-conscious about. And then on top of that, like, I don't know if he really like grew up. I don't know a lot about him like that, so I don't know if he like grew up in the shadow of his dad and all this kind of stuff. So like, I don't know how like what the insecurities is he felt, but you can tell like
Memphis, I heard
that buddy he need therapy. He need better help. Sponsors.
Man, I think like he definitely does.
That's why I'm saying like I don't want to see jail time. I just want to see him get better.
It's like the same thing with like John Jones and them. It's like these guys are just like...
I have a trickier situation when it comes to repeat offenders, unfortunately.
It's just like these fighters in general.
No, listen, I agree with you when like in the sense of like there's something about those people. But like at the same time, like I can't put a John Jones and a Demetrius Johnson in the same tone when we're talking about this because they're such different people. And they're both greats. Like, we're just because I needed to give you somebody that has accolades like John Jones does.
When you want to be great, you got to tap into like that. Like
DC, also another great.
I think he's more cooked than you think.
I think DC.
I think DC can snap like that too.
You know what I think with DC? I think DC has a competitive nature about him that when the competitiveness comes out, that it's there. I'm not saying that there isn't this like killer instinct to this fighter, but I don't think that it's in the same way like. This it's a good thing we're late in this pod, but like we're throwing out the allegeds and all this other stuff, but unfortunately there's like video evidence and there's also like police evidence. There's something that happens when you have these athletes or these fighters or whatever it might be. You fighting a grown man in a cage in your underwear or even a grown man in the street, to me is completely different than you putting hands on a woman. You feel me? Like, that's where I'm like, we're discussing different things here.
Yeah.
Maybe it all comes from the same rage and it's just used, but
I think they just tapped are quick to react to hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
It's like a lion
It's
quick to a bite.
the thing you know, the defense mechanism you know. It's just what you
You piss me just fucking jab. Just like that's all I know. My muscle memory. It's all I do.
I'm just thinking about like getting into an argument with your shorty over like the dishes and you just drop a blast double leg. Like what are you talking about? But I get you, but that's what I'm saying, like the whole situation is unfortunate. I think that everyone needs to be a lot more aware of their surroundings and be nicer to everybody in general. But at the same time, like there's something there that he needs to get help with that I don't know if just locking him up is gonna fix. You feel me? Like
I hope that like this ends well in a way where like he does a little jail time. He apologizes to the victim and the family, or whoever. He apologizes to the fans and the viewers and the people.
Can I also like real quick? You want to know what he's fighting against, by the way? This man that he brutally assaulted is a veteran.
I know. That's why I know he's going to jail.
He wrestles. He openly wrestles to deal with his PTSD from serving in the military.
Yeah, he's definitely going to jail.
I don't know. He's fighting an uphill battle.
When I heard veteran, I was like, yeah, he's definitely. I don't even have to know veteran. I knew veteran from looking at him. It's just off the look.
You served. You served. Yeah.
He served. He's definitely a victim.
The math you're like, that's 14 months.
He's definitely going to jail for this crime. But I hope it's not. I know, but he's not like a repeated offender either. This is like
that's why it's like. But that's also a part of it where like you have these moments and you have these situations where you hear somebody just snap and have a bad moment.
Definitely anger management.
It's not a mistake because you can tell it was deliberate. Like the thinking was going into it. This shit was premeditated. It's on video. But a bad moment, a bad lapse in judgment, a huge because even
I want to say premeditated. I want to say premeditated.
All right, I guess. But even then,
it's still like instigated by like.
I guess, yeah. But even here's my thing. Even if he had just went in there, dropped him one big punch, I'd be like, damn, that was crazy. But I wouldn't be having this conversation. But the fact that it was just like
that guy said to him.
Like I was
didn't
like,
stop until like someone pulled him off. It was kind of crazy.
That's where I was like, that. You know, that's when you were like, I don't know, man. He must have said something crazy. It's like maybe he's right. Maybe he said some wild shit that we didn't see on camera.
He's banned off kick. He's probably banned from like fighting associations.
I think he's done.
I don't think he's done. I'm a big believer of first offenders or some people that do first crimes or someone that slipped.
I'm not saying in the sense of like I think he's jail for life, but I think
a second chance.
I don't think that the UFC is willing to take you on when you have something like this on your record versus you are in the UFC and you get this, then this happens and then they can kind of work with you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they will take him on like this. Do I think he's done as a fighter professionally? No. I think he's going to find his avenues. Do I think his
he's gonna be
quote-unquote dreams of being the
Thailand
UFC?
somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Or even, no, because like, I ain't going to lie to you. Like, I see him, all right, bare knuckle, let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll take him on for stuff like that. Like, there will be people that'll sign him. But
the wrestler murder.
It's so bad. It's so bad. But that's what it's going to be known as. But like, it's true. Like, I think that maybe if he had the dreams and aspirations of going into the UFC, I don't know if the UFC's willing to take him on over something like
what
this.
What if he like has a crazy comeback story?
He can, and I hope he does.
He does his jail time. He's still young.
Because he's still young.
He gets out of it. He becomes an amazing fighter.
Yeah.
Like
it can, and you know what?
Becomes a child of God. Let's just add that in there. Goes to church a lot.
That's the case. That this is a full 180 after all is said and done.
To the point where the WWE lets him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most founder, and of course, the PMF champion of the world, REG. Yes, and we'll catch you next time. Peace. Yeah.